Hey, this is Drodio. I am a forward deployed executive. I'm the CEO of Chief, and I'm going to show you how I work. In a minute, I'm going to take you deep into the system that I use called Sparkle to run about 100 agents simultaneously. But let's just start with what is a forward deployed executive. So it means that I sit with other executives, I learn how they actually work, and then I build the software they need that doesn't exist yet. And more importantly, the reason I do these things is because I'm building tooling to make it so that others can do this more effectively as well. And there's really three steps to the way that I work. So the first step is that I use an app called the Chief Live Sessions app to turn conversations into code specifications. And I'm going to show you that app. I have it running right now, so I'll show it to you. And then I take the output from that Live Sessions app and I put it into a developer application called Sparkle. And Sparkle is pretty amazing. It runs a fleet of agents simultaneously to create software from the conversations that I have. And then I get it actually running inside of large corporate environments. My background is I worked at JP Morgan, or I had a startup that did deployments for JP Morgan Chase, the Home Depot, Sony, Snap, Autodesk, and many others. So I have experience shipping software in production enterprise grade environments. And so that's what it means to be a forward deployed executive. And the first step in the process is this Chief Live Sessions app. So I'm running it right now. And what it does is it grabs a transcript of a conversation, whether it's a conversation I'm having on Zoom or a meeting I'm having in person, or oftentimes I'm just interviewing myself. And we can see that it's got a real-time transcript here of everything that I'm saying. It also, in real time, starts to build out a summary and context of what we're talking about. So literally, right now, as I'm talking, it's building out the background and if there's action items and if there are decisions. That happens in real time. I also can do things that allow me to take all this unstructured conversation, this human conversation, and turn it into code. And one of those big things is that I can take a screenshot. I can take a screenshot and mark it up, for example. And so maybe I want to take a screenshot of this, and then I want to mark it up. So maybe I want to, highlight part of it, or I want to, strike it out, or whatever. And then I can add it to the live session. So what I'm doing by doing that, right in line in the transcript, I'm putting images. And the reason this is so powerful is because when I'm done, whether I'm interviewing myself, whether I'm doing a product requirements discovery call, whether I'm talking to another executive about what their big problems are and how they would like to build software to solve for it, there's a little button here where I can use this live session and I can send it to AI agents to create output. That output can be a slide deck, it could be a design brief, it could be a PRD, but it can, it importantly includes everything. It includes the transcript, the words that the human said. It includes the images, and so it gives the LLMs, it gives these AI systems vision, effectively, a lot of context and vision. It also includes metadata. We can see here in the live session transcript, as I go into different sections, different applications, it's telling the AI what systems I was in. And so that is a piece of functionality here to share metadata from all the different systems that I'm in line in the transcript. So this is how I get very, very, very rich information that I can send over to AI agents. And so that is the first step in being able to have a high velocity and be able to do some really great coding. Is actually the first, I think the most important step is what the spec is, what the requirements are, how the humans are discussing what they want to produce. Because as the ability for us to build becomes easier and easier, what we build becomes more important, and understanding that, being able to describe that to the agents becomes very important. So that's the first step here, is the Live Sessions app. We built it at Chief. I use it all the time. I love it. It's a phenomenal piece of software. It's a Mac OS application. You can get it from chief.bot, and you just download it from Mac OS here, and you're off to the races. All right, so that's step one. Step two is the ability to run a fleet of agents in parallel. So I created a piece of software called Sparkle. Sparkle can run up to 160 agents in parallel. It's like the McLaren F1 cockpit for builders. And it's a phenomenal piece of software. It's open source. You can get it from Sparkle.ai. It's voice first. I'm going to show it to you in a second. But it is just a beautiful way to build with velocity. And let me just show you what it enables. So this is a really great Tokenmaxxing leaderboard called the Builder Index. I'm in the top spot. I've burned almost 23 billion tokens in the last 7 days. Okay, let's start by just showing you how Sparkle is set up. The middle here is the concierge. I spend most of my time talking to the concierge, and I'll show you that in a second. To the right is the orchestrator agent build column, and we'll talk about that in a minute. To the left, I have another orchestrator agent build column, so I'm running one to the right and one to the left. And then to the right of this are the actual terminal windows. So for example, this is a terminal window for this row. And I call this a McLaren F1 cockpit because the McLaren has the steering wheel and the driver in the middle of the car. Here's another shot that shows the driver in the middle. And so this is like, I'm the driver and the steering wheel is the concierge, the dashboard, the instrument panel is the concierge, and then the builders are to the right and to the left of me. That's exactly how it feels. In fact, let me do something here. I'm going to go to my live sessions app, which I've got a little bar running. I'm going to take a screenshot and mark it up. And then I'm going to go ahead and take a screenshot of this entire window. And so here's how it looks. We've got concierge in the middle, builders on either side, and then each builder row's terminal to the right or to the left of that builder row. Now again, the nice thing here is I can just add this to the live session, and it is right here in line with the conversation. And I'm going to use this to create a piece of content later, so I've got it all saved here. Okay, back to Sparkle. I'm just going to show you some highlights here because there's a lot in here, and I just want to give you a general idea of what Sparkle can do. So you talk to the concierge. Now there's 3 ways to interact with the concierge. You can either type, you can push to talk, or you can speak. I built Sparkle to be voice first, and so this is how I usually interact with it. I'm just talking to it. There's also an auto send button down here, and so I have that turned off right now. Usually I have it turned on, but I'm literally just talking. If I pause, it gives me a countdown, so I'll just pause for a second here. And we can see if auto send were turned on, it would just be sending to the concierge. If I'm in a noisier environment, but I still want to be talking to it, which I often do, then I'll use push to talk. And the way push to talk works is I just hold down the command key. And so when I hold down command, like I'm doing right now on my keyboard, then I will be talking. And when I let it go, then it stops transcribing what I'm saying, and it will send automatically. And since this is going to send automatically, I'll just let the concierge know that I'm just demoing Sparkle, so you don't need to do anything with this. And when I let go, then it automatically gets sent right here. And so this is just a phenomenal, phenomenal way to be interacting instead of typing. It's 3 times faster than typing. It's just a beautiful experience to be talking to the concierge, and then the concierge is just sending work left and right. I'm usually running about 100 agents at a time. Each of these build agents is an orchestrator agent and can run workers. So we can see, for example, that this agent is running 2 workers. The agents decide how many workers to spin up. So it's up to them. They have full ability and autonomy to spin up workers if they'd like. I also have a improve Sparkle agent that's always running. And that improve Sparkle agent is always taking the feedback from the workers in improving the underlying system. So each worker, when it's done, provides feedback on what its experience was like. And based on that feedback, it goes into a planning board. So there is a planning board up here. And this planning board is what allows me and the agents to track the underlying work that needs to get done. And so this planning board is based on Steve Yeage's beads. and the agents use it automatically themselves. We can see an example here of one of the cards. Its status, priority, type, etc. And so this is all done by the agents. I can also file them myself. Sparkle is also an opinionated system, but those opinions can be changed by users. And so it has many tools that it uses out of the box, including guardrails, RoboRev. You can post to the Builder Index, Superpowers, which is an OSS project for Claude, etc., 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 etc. It also has 1Password integration, so you can copy your local env files into a vault and save them. It also has Chief integration, where you can link all of the work that you're doing in Sparkle to a Chief project, and I'll show you more in another video about why that's great. There is a mobile iOS application. This means that I get alerts on my phone when there's an issue that needs my attention. I can also handle it right from my phone. I can see what's happening in the agent, and I've got easy buttons here to handle it. And I can check in on all of the agents and see how they're all doing. All right, so that's a quick tour around Sparkle. Warning, you will use a lot of tokens. You'll burn a lot of tokens running 100 agents simultaneously. I'm up to 6, max 20 accounts, and I am still running out of room, so I'm going to have to go spin up another one. So you'll be able to work on a lot of things simultaneously. I'm working on a project here, a project here. I'm working on multiple projects here, so you can really work on many things at once, but you will burn a lot of tokens doing so. Okay, hope that's helpful. Ciao.